Venusaur evolution. This seed Pokemon soaks up the sun's rays as a source of energy.
Hey everyone, and welcome to official Pokédex, where we talk about every single Pokemon here. And today we have a very special one, and that is Venusaur. And he is the third evolution line after Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. And again, one of the original kind of OG starters and everything. So let's get right into it. So taking a look at some of the stats, we'll start with some of the abilities of the Venusaur, Overgrow and Chlorophyll, and then there's an extra one, Thick Fat, which is unique to the Mega Venusaur, which we'll talk about here momentarily. The gender ratio, 87.5% male, 12.5% female, catch rate 11.9%, the A groups, Monster and Grass, the hatch time 20 cycles, height standing in at 6 feet 7 inches or 2 meters, and the Mega Venusaur 7 feet 10 inches or 2.4 meters, and then the Gigantamax Venusaur is 78 feet 9 inches or 24 meters plus. On the weight side, the regular edition of Venusaur, 222.5 pounds or 100 kilograms. The Mega Venusaur coming in at 342.8 pounds or 155.5 kilograms. And the Gigantamax Venusaur is unknown. The Mega Stone evolution line is the Venusaurite, and the leveling rate is medium to slow, and you can see the EV yields there. And just its stats alone, you can see its special attack and special defense are a little bit higher than everything else, is pretty level. It is a grass poison type, and its weaknesses are fire, ice, flying, and psychic. So we've talked a little bit about Bulbasaur and Ivysaur before, and if you haven't seen those videos, go ahead and check them out. And that's how we get to the Venusaur, but there is something here unique, and that is here at the bottom, the Mega Venusaur and the Gigantamax Venusaur. So when Venusaur has the Venusaurite, when it holds it, it evolves into a Mega Venusaur, which obviously makes it a lot more powerful. And then when you put the Dynamax band on Venusaur, it can evolve into the Gigantamax Venusaur, which makes it even crazier. And that lasts for 3 turns in the games and everything. So that is one thing that is very unique about the Venusaur. It doesn't necessarily evolve, but it can with the Venusaurite or Dynamax band. Talking a couple facts here, like the Ivysaur and the Bulbasaur previously, when it basks in the sun, it converts light into energy, and it becomes more powerful in the summertime. Venusaur is a squat, quadruple amphibian Pokemon with bumpy blue-green skin. It has small circular red eyes and a short, blunt snout. Its mouth is wide open with 2 pointed teeth in its upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw. On top of his head are small pointed ears with reddish-pink insides. The bud on its back has bloomed into a large pink-white spotted flower. The flower is supported by a thick brown trunk surrounded by green fronds. A female Venusaur has a gynecium in the center of its flower. Venusaur has 2 forms that we just kind of spoke about, the Mega Venusaur and the Gigantamax Venusaur, and this is something that is pretty unique to only certain Pokemon. And it uses its flower to catch the sun rays to convert them into energy, which causes the flower to also become more vibrant. The flower releases a soothing scent that attracts Pokemon and calms emotions. The scent becomes stronger after a rainy day. Venusaur is at its strongest in the summertime, where there is much more sunlight to absorb. Mega Venusaur, when Mega evolved, the flower on Venusaur's back grows more prominent, and 2 smaller pink flowers bloom, one on its forehead and one on its rear. Its legs and back have become sturdier to support the extra weight of the flower. And in the Gigantamax form, it becomes larger with its flower blooming even further, covering its body. These flowers have a taller bud and extraordinarily thick, springy petals capable of shielding the Gigantamax Venusaur. Venusaur did not appear in the anime for the first 43 episodes. Venusaur looks kind of cute, but he is a beast and a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. And with the right amount of training and the right amount of moveset, will be the perfect defensive cornerstone to any Pokemon team. So let's talk a little bit about the importance of Venusaur to Pokemon as a whole. As shown in Pokemon Sleep, Venusaur releases a soothing fragrance while sleeping, and again, it did not appear in the first 43 episodes of the anime, and in the series, when it did appear, episode Bulbasaur's Mysterious Garden, Venusaur has demonstrated the ability to manipulate nature, release several vines from its back, and lead evolution ceremonies for Bulbasaur and Ivysaur, and it is rarely found in the wild, but it has been known to inhabit grasslands. And we did show a clip of that evolution ceremony, which is pretty cool to see. In pruning a pastel of Pal's, May's Bulbasaur revealed to evolve all the way into a Venusaur during her absence from the series. She was briefly seen facing off a Coordinator's Meryl in the battle stage of the Wallace Cup, and Venusaur is the mascot for two Pokemon games, Pokemon Green and Pokemon Leaf Green, and you will find them on the box art for both of these games. So very, very cool fact there, and a very important part of Pokemon Start were the Green and the Leaf Green games way back in the day. So let's take a look at some of the iconic Venusaur cards. Again, we have the base set Venusaur there, the holographic card, just really a card that was really treasured when I was in school, and every kid wanted to have the big three, the Venusaur, the Blastoise, and the Charizard. So just that card brings back a lot of memories and nostalgia for me personally. I really like the art on the Pokemon Go Venusaur. It kind of shows the flower blooming on his back and the vines coming out. So I thought that was a pretty cool card. Moving on to the 151 illustration rare, just an absolutely stunning card. It's very, very vibrant. The colors of all the plants in the nature, just truly unbelievable card. 151, a very important series to Pokemon as a whole. Just bringing that nostalgia factor back, really honoring the original 151 Pokemon and bringing all of those important Pokemon who started this back into the forefront, and just an absolutely, again, just stunning colors in that card. And then we are going to talk about Erica's Venusaur. Again, another holographic card. You can see the palms. You can see the flower. Just another cool, nostalgic, iconic card there in Erica's Venusaur. Now let's take a look at some clips to get a better understanding of Venusaur as a whole.
There goes the Pokeball! And the next Pokemon up is Venusaur! It's a Razor Leaf! But Blastoise's Hydro Pump scores a direct hit! Wow! Venusaur's Solar Beam and Blastoise's Hydro Pump! What power!
So the first thing I want to show here with the clips is you just saw one battle with Blastoise, and now you're seeing a battle currently with Venusaur using the Solar Beam to kind of win the battle, and it's a very, very powerful move. And now in the following clips, you will see the evolution ceremony and Ash pulling out the Pokédex and seeing what Venusaur is really like and getting that initial information.
They've all started evolving!
Wow, Venusaur! Look, you guys, it's a Venusaur! It's giant!
Venusaur, the final form of the Bulbasaur evolution. This seed Pokemon soaks up the sun's rays as a source of energy.
So I hope you enjoyed the battle clips of Venusaur as well as the evolution clips. And now let's talk about some merch. Venusaur is pretty much everywhere in Pokemon merchandise, being a very popular and famous Pokemon. You can pretty much find anything Venusaur here, shirts, plushes, and one of the very unique things that I found for Venusaur merch here is on the left is this being on a special edition of Time magazine. And yes, Venusaur is not the only Pokemon to have ever had this prestige and this honor, but it is one of the few. Not very many Pokemon have been on the cover of Time magazine, and Venusaur has had the honor to have been on the cover of Time. And then here on the right, you just see a cool Venusaur toy. So again, just kind of showing the importance and the versatility of this Pokemon, going all the way from a children's plush to a t-shirt to the cover of Time, and just some of the most iconic cards and just a very important OG Pokemon overall. So thank you so much for watching. Please, please, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode of Official Pokédex.
To train